Welcome to Aging with Confidence. My name is Bob Smith. I am the owner and founder of Scottsdale Financial Group. Our goal is to answer everyday questions that you may have about long-term care insurance so you can make an educated decision if long-term care insurance makes sense for you and your estate. So the question is, why did I create Aging with Confidence? First of all, it's personal to me. My grandmother had dementia, and she was in a long-term care facility for 8 years. And I got to see what that looked like personally. I got to see my grandfather for 8 years try his very best to care for his wife. And once he couldn't take care of her, she had to go to a long-term care facility. They didn't have money, so the care facility was provided by the state of Arizona. And when the state steps in to provide care for a loved one, they require that you assign your assets to the state so they can recover their cost. My grandfather worked his whole life, and he saved as much as he could to provide for his family. And it was sad for me to see that when my grandfather finally did pass, he lost everything. He lost his home, he lost everything that he had saved to, in a sense, pay back the state for the care that my grandmother received. So I know as a family we were grateful. They didn't have money. We were grateful that the state could provide those services. But it was sad to see the impact on my grandfather. I then saw my mom, who would visit her mom every day at the care facility for 8 years. And she felt like my grandmother needed an advocate. She needed someone to check on her, to make sure that she was eating every day and that she was being taken care of the way that my mom would want her taken care of. So I saw the impact on my mom. I then started to think, as an advisor, what can I do to make sure that my mom and dad didn't go through the same thing? My parents have made a simple income. They don't have lots of money. So I wanted to make sure that my mom and dad received the absolute best care that I could provide for them. So I bought a long-term care policy for my mom about 18 years ago. And since that time, my mom's had cancer. I've seen her start to have some cognitive challenges. And I'm just very, very thankful that I took that step and bought that policy for my mom. That policy I bought 18 years ago cost me about $4,000 a year. And the benefit is about $11,000 a month tax-free for her lifetime. So I look at that as a very, very good investment to make sure that my mom is provided for. So it's personal to me. Secondly, from a professional point of view, I've been an advisor for about 37 years. And back in the day when I was doing business with my clients when they were in their 40s and growing a business, they were entrepreneurs, it was all about growth. They weren't concerned about long-term care issues or passing away or doing estate planning. And now they're in their 60s, they're in their 70s, and there's been a major shift in their thoughts. They've gone from growing a business and climbing the corporate ladder to more of a preservation mode, making sure that what they've saved is going to be there for them for retirement. I've also seen a shift in their lifestyle. They've become very, very concerned about healthcare related issues. They've run really hard their whole life and in many cases ignored their health. Now they're concerned about, I'm retired, I'm living on some sort of a fixed income. Many of them done really well, but they're concerned about health related issues. So there's been a real shift in my clients. And there's not a day that doesn't go by in my office where I don't get a call from a client, from a spouse, that tells me their husband or their wife has been diagnosed with dementia, or they've been diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's, ALS. This happens every day. And it's sad to me because these people have worked their whole life to enjoy retirement, and now they're dealing with health challenges. So the question is, what can you do to be prepared for those health challenges? I think long-term care insurance is a vital asset to have in your estate. It's extremely important. If the challenge comes your way, It provides you tax-free income to pay for those costs. It provides you care support through these insurance companies. Many of the plans will offer concierge services. So there's someone there for you to answer questions about, how do I hire a nurse? What would be a great nurse organization to go to that's been vetted, that we know are good people? How do I manage transportation? How do I have somebody come by and do just house cleaning and cooking? All of that can be provided through your long-term care insurance plan. So in planning, if you're at that age, and I'm 64 years old, I worry about my own personal health care more than I ever did. Long-term care insurance is a vital tool to have in place just to provide peace of mind. So I would highly encourage you to go to our site. It's ltcedu.com. We have an education center that will provide you short videos of every question I've been asked about how does long-term care work? How do we trigger a benefit from our long-term care policy? What does it cost? What are the tax benefits? Can I tax deduct it? All of those questions we address in our Learning Center. So we're here to provide education and information so you can make an educated decision about, does your family need long-term care insurance? And if so, how does it work? So we're excited about Aging with Confidence. We think it's going to be a great education tool for you and your family. So I would highly encourage you to visit our site, again, ltcedu.com, and visit our education center. Take care.